Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So we are here today. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year! Brand shiny new year already. What? 2025. I wonder how long I'm going to be writing 2024 still until it gets into my brain. Anyone else have that problem? Anyway, I have come on today to have a real chilled wrap up of everything 2024 entailed. Well, maybe not everything, but the key highlights for sure. It was really hard. It's always really hard to do a wrap up video, but I have made a couple of notes that I will refer to, and I will just pinpoint, big markers of the year that has been. And then at the end of the wrap up, I will tell you how many yarn band labels I got through for the year and how much yardage I have done for the year as well. So lots to look forward to. This is just a chatting at you video, so if you want to work on a project, I won't be showing you anything. So yeah, perfect video to watch while you're busy doing something else. But yeah, what a year 2024 turned out to be. Absolute crushing lows and brilliant highs as well. It has been a very, very big roller coaster for me. Now, I could spend absolutely ages chatting at you and really dissecting the year, but I don't want a super long video today. And like I said, I just wanted to talk about a few key moments. Forgive me if I have forgotten other key moments that have happened, but it really is hard trying to summarize a whole year into one video. And to be fair, the majority of you have been along for the ride the whole year through anyway. So I will do the very best that I can. So we crashed into 2024 with me setting my 24 goals for 2024. Now, this was very over ambitious of me, and I have given you the outcome of that. But if you haven't seen that video, I managed to complete 15 out of the 24. So not too shabby, more than half, but certainly not the 24 that I wanted. I will not be doing 25 for 25. Nope, not doing it, not setting myself up for failure. There will be goals and ambitions, but not a strict list like last year. Progress, self-progress, guys. I launched the hashtag year of the Impkins collab alongside Obsessive Crochet Lady. We just finished that up this week. I talked all about it in that video, so if you want more details about that, go back and see that video. But yes, it was a year-long collaboration. It was a huge roaring success, and I now have twins with Impkins forever, and that's awesome. I did celebrate my 2-year podiversary. That was absolutely amazing, a really good fun time. I introduced diamond painting to the channel, which is mostly a flop, to be fair, because the majority of you are here for the yarn and crochet content, and I get that. But my channel is Manfa's Makes, so that is anything that I make. So I will continue to show the other crafting that I do if I get around to doing any. I am hoping to continue with my diamond painting, and I am hoping to continue or do a bit more of cross stitch. So those crafts may feature in the year ahead. And if they're just not your thing, it's fine. Just don't watch. If it is your thing, then please do tune in. I started the magazine Makes. I managed to do 4 for the year, I think. So yeah, there was that. I posted the 5 boggy blankets that were made in 2023. So they were posted in the January ready for the cut-off, and they were delivered, which is awesome. I started playing Stash Down, and I did do that for the whole of the year. In fact, I have just wrapped that up this week as well. So go back and watch that one to see how well I did. Love it. And yes, I will be playing in 2025 as well. And I started Stitch Saturdays. We then move into February and I started my new job at the prison. It was scary. It was exciting. I ended up only being there for 6 months, which we'll go into a bit further in the year. But yeah, that was a good start to the new year. I had a new exciting chapter ahead of me, or so I thought. I quickly ended Stitch Saturdays after only 4 episodes. It just wasn't for me, guys. I don't have the right setup, and I just didn't enjoy doing those little mini tutorials. So whether they will ever come back, I don't know. But yeah, it very quickly started and very quickly ended. And of course, we completed the first Imkin of the year. Now, March was super busy in my personal life. There are lots of birthdays in March for me, both family and friends. And we did have 2 birthday lives. There was Panda's birthday live, who is Obsessive Crochet Lady. And then there was mine and Christina's birthday live as well. Again, loads of fun, had a good time. But real life, it was a very busy month off camera, like I said, with lots of other birthdays and bits and pieces like that. So not a lot to talk about other than lots of fun and celebrations. April, we completed the second Imkin of the year and I did my 2K giveaway. That was a lot of fun. We actually smashed our 2,000 subscriber goal, which was absolutely amazing. So I'm super thankful about that. May, not a lot to really talk about in May. Obviously, throughout all of these months, guys, my regular segments were still continuing. So you had the Label My Library, book looks, drives to works, taste testings, happy mails, tile of the week, all my usual programming. So they were busy months in the sense of lots of videos were made. But as for key important things, wasn't a lot in May, although I did start making charity donations to NHAP, which is Needles, Hooks, Angels and Premies, which is a charity here in the UK. So I did make good on my wanting to donate charity goal. June, in our private life, my eldest son finished his compulsory education and he had his prom. He then went on to secure a college place and get an apprenticeship. He has done super well this year. I am so super proud of him, and he is just going up and up and up, which is amazing as a mummy to say. My middle boy Liam got a really high award at school, so we went and watched that, which was absolutely lovely. Super proud of him too. And a little bit of tidbit information that I don't think that I've mentioned on the channel is that Liam is actually going to attempt to get a scholarship because he has been recognised as having the potential to even go to one of the top universities here in the UK called Oxford. So he is going to be attempting to snag that scholarship. So yeah, fingers crossed. Hey guys, sorry for that interruption. Max has been out with his mates all day. He didn't realise that I was filming and he disturbed me, but that's fine. I just caught up with him about how his day has been. Yeah, and I'm back. So I'm not entirely sure where I got to, but yes, Liam is going to try for a scholarship for one of the top universities here in the UK, which is amazing. We completed our third Impkin and I started on the Fairy Dust Cal, which I still love that project even now. July was quite an exciting month. I finished off Tile of the Week Thursday after 2 very long years. That was amazing, an incredible feeling and a huge relief. I started up my Puff Flower subscription, so I'm still enjoying that and I will still feature that in 2025. I also launched Max's Gut Choice, which we are continuing with, but very nearly it will come to an end. I started donating to Hearts Healing Hearts, which is a sister charity of NHAP that I was just discussing, where we do crochet pairs of hearts and they are given to various settings. so that one family member can have one and other family members can have the other, and they are forever connected through those hearts. And then something that has never happened to me before and is super exciting is Cinnamon Stitches designed a hat and named it after me. And it just blew my tiny little mind, because I didn't think that I was that well known or well liked to have a hat design after me. So that still and always will be a huge highlight of 2024. Thank you again, Jen, if you're watching. It was just amazing. Okay, and then in August, it was another super exciting month because we completed the 4th Impkin, but more importantly, I got to meet in real life Christina from Bella Uncinetto and Crafty Moo Sarah. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous few days with them, and I can never thank Christina enough for travelling all that way to come and see me. And I can never thank Moo enough for putting us up for one night and allowing us to intrude on her weekend. But it was so much fun. It was so wonderful to meet them in person, to give them a proper real life hug, and to say that I have met 2 of my YouTube crochet friends in real life. It was amazing. However, by the end of August came a huge crushing blow. I lost the job at the prison after only 6 months, and I broke down on a video on my channel, and yeah, it was a bit of a dark place for a little bit. I also in August though did what I called my first time alive. That is where I opened up my panel to people who had an established channel but hadn't yet pushed the button to do a live and to experience it for the first time with me, or those that were considering starting a channel and wanted to see how it felt being in front of the camera and on YouTube. And that was a roaring success, and every single guest of mine has a channel now, which is amazing. I have planned to do another, but I just haven't got round to it this year. Hopefully I can rectify that in 2025. September, not a lot to kind of talk about really. I opened up memberships on the channel, which was a change. And it was just a dark month due to the redundancy and the shock of losing my job so quickly after starting. So yeah, September was a bit of a write-off really. In October though, I managed to secure my new job. I hadn't started it, but I had managed to be successful at interviews. So that shot me back up to a high, and exciting times ahead. We also completed the 5th Impkin, and I sent another 6 boggy blankets to Boggy Creek. I did explain that this is probably going to be the last year, or it was the last year, that I was going to donate. It just costs so much in shipping to get those blankets there, and I'm going to try and concentrate on charities a little bit closer to home than the USA. November, I did start my new job in the school that I am currently at. Was the receptionist there, and it's an alternative school for special educational needs children. We currently have children between the ages of 11 and 16. And I feel finally like I have found the place where I need to be. I was wobbly to begin with because I needed more than just being the receptionist, but we'll get onto that in December. And we had a rare snow day. It hardly ever snows down in my part of the UK, but it did, and I couldn't get off of my street and couldn't go into work, so I had a rare snow day, which was quite nice. Now, in the month of December, I had my very first yarn advent, which was really enjoyable. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it and will be looking into another yarn advent for next year. Um, Finished the fairy dust cowl and gifted it as a Christmas gift, which was awesome. We did the Christmas card exchange, which again was a huge success. I finished the Impkin cowl with Obsessive Crochet Lady Amanda. I finished up my stash down for the year, which I've done a video on. I will do my yarn usage for the year and stuff in just a few minutes. I got a promotion at work after only being there for 7 weeks. So I am moving from being the receptionist to the admissions and reviews officer, which is a much more complex and meaty role for me to get my teeth stuck into, something a little more suited to me, something a bit more up my alley. I am so excited. I am so proud of myself for getting it, even though I don't quite have the knowledge or expertise for it, but I know that with the awesome team that I have at that school, I will very quickly learn the knowledge and I will hit the ground running, fingers crossed, in the new year. So yes, I got a promotion for Christmas. So all of the new job, lost a job, another new job, and then promotion, it has really been one of those years that has done this. And then I finished off the year by having the best Christmas ever. And it really, really was. It's the best Christmas we have had in quite a while. And I am so super thankful for that because, as I've explained, it may be the last year where everyone is together for the whole entirety of Christmas. People might start dipping in and out rather than being there for the whole thing. So I did get an amazing end to that part of my life this year, which is amazing. Now I'm just briefly going to lean off camera because I've just thought of something else that I need to tally up that I didn't think of before clicking on, but I'm just here. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm back. I got this. This is the crochet journal that I've been using this year to tally up all of the makes that I have completed. So if you don't mind, I am going to run through some of those with you. So I made the Mulberry Street Shawl as a hug for Elaine Brown, Elaine Brown Crochets. I did 2 Impkins for Impkin number 1. I made a Tunisian simple stitch washcloth as part of Tunisian Tuesdays with Linan at Nina's Next Knots. I did the rainbow hexagons for needles, hooks, angels, and premies, like I discussed. I made the crochet apron from Cinnamon Stitches. I made a Tunisian knit stitch washcloth, again with Linan. I made Colin the Naughty Gnome for my Auntie Lala, and he still hasn't made his way to Alaska, but I did freehand him and I did make him. I actually did that back in January 2024, and we're in January 2025, so he's been living with me rent-free for a year. So I really do think I need to get a wriggle on and get him sent to Auntie Lala, don't you? That is going to be one of the first things I try and get done for 2025. I made a plant hanger. I made the ombre cowl, which was one of the magazine makes. I made the phoenix shawl and gifted it to Vicky over at Cat Mum Crafts Everything as a hug. I made 2 Tunisian pearl stitch washcloths. I then made a Tunisian full stitch washcloth. I made the amigurumi heart cactus, and I gifted that to Vicky at Cat Mum Crafts as well. I made the Tunisian extended simple stitch washcloth, then the Tunisian double stitch washcloth. I made the boho chic bag, which is a pattern from Cinnamon Stitches. I made the Tunisian reverse stitch washcloth and then the Tunisian twisted knit stitch washcloth. I then made the Funshine bag or purse, which is a pattern by Cinnamon Stitches. I then made the Tunisian twisted simple stitch washcloth. I then made the flower cap gnome, which I believe was a pattern from Nova Gnome Creations. I did 2 Impkins for Impkin number 2. There is another project written down there that I nearly talked about, but I am still working on that one, and that is the only whip I believe I'm bringing over from 2024 apart from Max's Gut Choice. But that is a super secret project that I am making for someone that I have not shown on the channel or even spoken about on the channel. That will now be featured in 2025. I made the Cupid Piglet Amigurumi for Christina at Bella Uncinetto. I made the Tunisian Slanted Stitched Washcloth. I made another project that I did show on the channel but can't really speak about because it's a gift. I made Boggy Blanket number 1. I made another project that will be gifted, but it's on the list. I made another project that I cannot mention because it hasn't been gifted yet. I made a positive potato for a colleague at the prison. I made the Funshine Stitch that I did in the bag earlier in the year and turned it into Boggy Blanket number 2. I did the Ombre Sweater, which was another magazine makes. I made a Poodle Lovey, a Bat Lovey, a Mouse Lovey, and a Dragon Lovey. The blue filet crochet wrap, which was gifted to Aussie Sandy as a hug. The Miss Libby shawl, which is a pattern by Cinnamon Stitches, which I gifted as a hug to Litza at Coco's Crochet. The Fairy Dust blanket, which was a gift for a prison colleague. I made Boggy Blanket number 3. I did some donation hearts. Now, I started putting them down, but then I quickly decided not to. So actually, there are way more hearts than what are on the list. I made Oscar the Saber-toothed Tiger for my nephew for his birthday. I made the Cat's Meow blanket, which was for Boggy Creek. I, of course, made the Manfa hat because Cinnamon Stitches had designed it in my name, so I had to. Then I made 2 of her twisted head wraps as well. I made a giraffe lovey and another mouse lovey. I made the Sea to Sea Boggy Creek blanket. Highland cow pillow, which I gifted to Crafty Moose Sarah. I then made the 6th Boggy Creek blanket. I made 3 adult bow ties for the dinner party that we had to attend. I did 2 more Impkins for Impkin number 3, Impkin number 4, and Impkin number 5. I can now put on the list Impkin number 6, another 2, my Christmas wreath, my pig in Granny Square blanket. I need to put on that list the 3 headbands that I've recently made. And I think those are my makes for 2024. So let me just count them up a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So that is 68 crochet projects, not including any of the hearts that I have made for charity. So that is a lot of completions for a year, and I am more than happy with that. So let's get on to the most interesting part, shall we? All year, I have been saving my yarn bands, my yarn labels of all of the completed skeins of yarns that I have finished this year. Now, the caveats I have to this are I may not have started using this yarn in 2024, but I definitely finished it in 2024. They may not have been full skeins to begin with, but they were empty skeins at the end. I have projects going at the moment that were started in 2024, but their yarn bands, when I have completed using those yarns, they will go into 2025's yarn band tally, because I only put them in the folder for the year when they have been finished. So it's not a complete and true representation of yarn used, because I may have used some of the yarn previously, but these are the yarn bands that I have been able to collect for 2024. And that is a huge stack, guys. You can't even see some of the smaller ones tucked away in there, like those little ice ones, for example. I am super proud that all of these skeins of yarn are out of my stash, turned into beautiful, pretty things, and for the most part gifted on to others. In total, well, actually, I'll give you a minute to put in the comment section your guesses as to how many yarn labels I have here. So just type a random number. You can do a longer comment later if you so wish, but just shove a random number down in the comments as to how many labels you think are here. This is a whole year's worth, and yes, I will recycle them. Don't panic. Oh, that one is being deceptive. So I'll show you this way. But yes, all of the finished skeins of yarn this year. So have you put your guess in? Have you? Okay, well, in total, guys, I have managed to collect 96 yarn bands, yarn labels. And I would just like to point out that there are lots of people here on the YouTube streets that do have knitting machines. Now, I am not judging them for it. I am so pleased that they've got them, they enjoy them, and they're managing to eat their way through even more labels than me. However, every single label I am holding in my hand, I have hand stitched all the yarn up. And I think that should be celebrated a little bit. I'm not saying people with knitting machines are cheating. They're doing it differently. They're still using the yarn. They're still making them into beautiful things. I am just pointing out that every yarn label that you can see in that stack, every inch of it was turned into something crocheted by hand by me. And I am super proud of that. If I had a knitting machine, I may have been able to double that amount, but I don't. So this is what I managed to do just with my little old fingers. Okay, 96 yarn labels. I am so proud of that. And let's just see what we can get through in 2025, right? So now I am going to give you the total yardage, etc., that I have managed to bash through this year. And again, I am super proud of these totals as well. I did this last year, but I didn't find my previous totals before I started. I'm sure you can go back in my videos and find my totals from last year if you're really that interested. I don't know whether I did better or worse or around about the same. I am just taking each year as it comes. I will be doing it again for 2025. I do like seeing that pile of yarn bands pile up. Other people just want to get it in the trash and get it gone. You don't want to keep hold of it for a year. I get that. But for me, to see that stack just build and build and build is really exciting for me. And I really do like to know how much yarn I have used in a year. It's just, I don't know, it's exciting. So 96 yarn bands, and I used a total of 24,180 yards, or 22,110 meters. That is a lot of yarn, guys. I then decided to convert those numbers into miles and kilometers, just so that you can wrap your head on how far that actually is. All of those yards or meters from beginning to end would be 13.7 miles or 22 kilometers. So, yeah, not too shabby, even if I do say so myself. So, there we go. I really do think that I have managed to wrap everything up for 2024. I've done my stash down. I've finished the collaborations that I was in. I've told you, an overview of 2024. I've told you how many goals I completed. I've now given you how many yarn bands I had and how many miles of yarn I've used. I don't think there is anything left to wrap up until Max's Gut Choice ends, but I think we still have a few episodes of that to come, so that will wrap up when it's time for that to wrap up. I will be doing Stash Down again. I will be collecting my labels again, and I will be giving you a total of those and the yardage for the year at the end of 2025. I am happy to start a new year, and I'm just going to say it like that. Even though I have had some super highs in 2024, I have also had some tricky points as well. The highs did outweigh the lows, though, guys. I mean, two very different new jobs, including a promotion for one of them. Meeting two of my Yarny YouTube friends in person. I mean, having a hat pattern in my name from quite a big channel. Those highs are what I am clinging on to. Those highs are what I want to remember from 2024. It has been super busy. I have tried as much as possible to keep up with my 4 videos a week as much as possible. I mean, at the start of the year, I was still doing 5 or 6 a week. I did go down to 4 videos a week partway through the year, and I have been pretty consistent with that for the majority of 2024. I don't know what's going to happen in 2025 yet. That remains to be seen, but it's a brand new, shiny year full of endless possibilities and lots of inspiration and fabulous new makes to start making. And I am very excited to see what 2025 has in store for us. So yes, happy new year. It's the 1st of January. I really hope 2025 brings you all love, luck, happiness, wealth, health, and all the good positive things that you can think of. Thank you so much for all of your love, support, and friendship in 2024. And I hope that that carries on and continues into 2025, because I'm still going to be here. I hope you're going to be with me. I am going to get going though, guys. It is nearly time for my dinner. I have been filming all of this week's content in one day. This was the final video to film because I did Max's Gut Choice before this one. So yes, I have completed the content for the week. I hope the week is wonderful for you. And like I said, I'll see you tomorrow in Max's Gut Choice. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Come on, 2025. What you got for us? Let's find out, huh? Love you. Bye.